Your next chapter starts with you. You don't need permission to evolve. Your next chapter does not require an invitation. It simply requires intention. Hey, welcome back to Black Women Amplified. I'm your host, Monica Wisdom. This is episode 2 of our series, The Soft Life is Political. And today we're talking about what it means to step into your next chapter with intention, clarity, and power. Remember, this is not a reinvention. This is the revolution. I want to break out into Gil Scott-Heron. The revolution will not be televised, and say the revolution will be the soft life. The world, listen, this world will try to name you, frame you, and box you into something that is not really you. But here's the truth. You are the author of your life. You are not a job title. You're not your role in your family. You're not all of your degrees and certificates. You're not your resume, your accolades. And you're not the expectations that the world has for you. And you know what else you're not? You're not your trauma. I know many of us are feeling this tug and this tension and a whisper that says, it's time for something else. I get it. And you're not losing it. And you're not being dramatic. The reality is that you're awakening. I've been there, feeling like everything is fine, but my spirit is just not settled. I felt that calling 2 years ago. And I knew something had to change. You've achieved everything on your list. I know that I did. I had these big dreams and aspirations, and I did many of them. And I was also the dependable one, just like you, the strong one, the smart one. And if you're a part of Gen X and you're listening to this, you know that we had a directive, a set of instructions to follow, and there were no compromises. We had to move forward and move past the civil rights movement to forge new ground for all of us. So if you're in your 50s, like me, you know, things don't necessarily look like you thought they would, right? You thought by the time you got here would be like whatever it's supposed to be, whatever your fantasy, your dream was, that princess moment, whatever it was, but you're here. And it's like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. Not that I knew exactly what I thought it was going to be, but it doesn't look like June Cleaver. If you know, you know. But now, you're ready for something different. You're ready for something new. You are ready to live that life that has been sitting in that file in your heart that says one day, right? You're ready for something softer, something deeper, and something that is fully yours, that centers you. No, this is not a midlife crisis. This is not what they talk about. We're not all going out to get tattoos, shaving our head, and buying a motorcycle, although you could if you want to. This is a sacred evolution. This is not menopause. This is something much bigger. And why is it much bigger? Because of Black women, we have had a different life than the people that are talking about menopause and midlife crisis. We have had a directive on our life that impacted everybody. We had the responsibility on the community. Let me say that right. We had the responsibility of the community on our shoulders. Everything we did, we were told it matters, yes, but it also impacts everybody. When we are in the room, when there's nobody but us, we are bringing all of us with us. That's a heavy burden to carry, and we have carried it for decades. Now, here's the thing. In this sacred evolution, The next chapter of life doesn't have to look like anybody else's. This is about your blueprint, your fingerprint, your unique qualities with the experiences that you have connected to and aligned with the dreams that you really have for yourself. It might mean leaving your job, starting that business that you've always wanted to do, that cafe, that bakery. Maybe you want to be a content creator now and just walk around your house filming yourself. I don't know what it is. It could be moving to another country. There's a whole movement, the Exodus Summit. I interviewed Stephanie Perry that talked about, she has a whole tribe of women who she's teaching them how to move across the world. It might be writing that book. That's my next aspiration, or launching a podcast, which is, where did I get that accent from? Podcast. I've been watching too much British stuff. Or it just simply might mean that you're just ready to slow down, right? The kids are finished with college and you still have that stress and that anxiety about how's it all going to work on you, even though your kids are grown, you have grandkids. You haven't really released all of that. It could be just that you just need to slow down to heal your nervous system. Because if you're like me, at one point in life, you were always on an 8.7.5, and it did not take long to get to a 10. And that has impacted our nervous system. That has impacted our health in many different ways. And there's studies, very few studies, but there's lots of information about what stress does to your body. And I remember doing season 3, and season 3 was all about self-care, so you can go back and listen to it. But when I was going to Cornell University, I was looking and getting my certificate in women's entrepreneurship. I was looking for information about Black women because part of our work was to research our subject matter, and I used Black Women Amplified as my subject matter, so I needed information about Black women. There was nothing there. There were certain pockets of who we are, but typically it was in the non-for-profit sector, information, who needed funds and who needed all the things, right? But as the totality of who we are, very few studies have been done. And the couple of things that I found, everything was about specific pockets, but it wasn't a study of us like they do white men or white women, where you can have anthropological ideas of who these people are. It's not like they studied us like the ancient Egyptians. They should. They really should. But what I discovered was there was an article in the Yale School of Medicine, and it's on their website now. You can Google it and Google Black women, Yale School of Medicine, and there's an article that says they don't study us. They don't study us because the stress of racism takes us out of here sooner. So the soft life is just not about the aesthetic or having a spa day. It is a radical calling on our well-being. Like the kids say, no cap. So slowing down, healing our nervous system, remembering how to just be is essential. So let me say this clearly. You don't have to earn your next chapter. You just have to decide that you're ready to walk into it. You're allowed to pivot. You're allowed to change. And you're allowed to want more. And that more doesn't have to be louder, faster, and busier. That next chapter can be spacious, boundaryless, aligned with your purpose and your peace. When I think about this idea of change and evolving and becoming, like Michelle Obama's book, Becoming, I think about Khalees, the singer, who I love. Milkshake brings all the boys to the yard lady. Where did she go? She started a farm. She started a organic skincare line. And now she has a farm in Africa. And she's loving life. She has transformed her life. And then I think about Meghan Markle, right? She started off as this actress on this top show in Canada. Then she fell in love and became a princess. And then they came at her because she's a black girl. Whatever you all want to say about her. She's a black girl. And she had to escape back to her home of California. She couldn't go back to acting. She'd been stripped of her title. She went back and did the internal work, did all the things she needed to do, and now she is a lifestyle lady. She's a lifestyle curator selling jam and flower sprinkles on the internet. She found her peace. And then I think about Serena Williams, this tennis champion, the greatest of all times. Now she's a mom and a wife, and she's an angel investor, investing in women and businesses. And she has her own makeup line. She's living her soft life. She's still a powerhouse. But the soft life also includes doing those things you've always wanted to do. All of those deferred dreams coming to life. And here's the thing, you deserve to create the life of your dreams in your own special way. Cue to barge. If you know, you know. Here's the thing. I just have a couple of questions for you. So you got a little bit of homework, just a little bit of homework. And I would love for you to answer these questions. You can DM me because I really want to know what you have to say. Like, this isn't just, don't just do it, but like really sit down, write down these questions and answer them. Put it in your journal and answer them. And I would love to hear your answers. And if you want to respond with a video and you're not scared to put it in the public, you can send it to me and I will put it on the Instagram page so that everybody could be a part of this community and this conversation. So here's the thing. I got a few questions and please answer them. You don't have to send them to me. You just ask yourself. Because you know I love a good question. What do you desire that you haven't spoken out loud yet? That's question number 1. What do you desire that you haven't spoken out loud yet? Be honest with yourself. Question number 2. What version of yourself is waiting to be activated? Do you want to be an angel investor? Do you want to be a philanthropist? Do you want to be a writer? Do you have a deep desire to be an artist? To rehab furniture? To step into your femininity, to let go of that cape? What is it for you? It's something different for everybody. Remember, this is about your blueprint, your story, your next chapter. Without the obligations and the rules that everybody has put on us. Liberation and freedom. What does that look like for you? And question number 3. What would your life look like if you believe you were worthy of more? Hey, without any burnout. Like you're just free to do the thing 100%. And this, I call it your alter ego, bringing your alter ego to life. What would life look like? Write down that whole big life. What would it look like? Who are you calling forth? What are you calling forth? You know, the Bible says, ask and ye shall receive. This is your opportunity to ask. This is your opportunity to receive. This is your opportunity to be the author of your life. Away from all of the obligations. Now, I'm not saying move away from your responsibilities and just walk away from everything. But what I am saying is you have the opportunity to make new choices and new decisions. So take a breath. And before we get out of here, take another breath. And let this episode be your reminder. You don't need permission to evolve. You simply need to say yes to yourself. Your next chapter centers you. Before we say goodbye, if this episode sparks something in you, please share it with your sister circle. Let's create a ripple of transformation with everybody around us, because we don't want to walk these roads alone. We're going to do it one powerful woman at a time. And make sure that, do your little homework, subscribe to the Black Women Amplified podcast, and connect with me on the Black Women Amplified Instagram page. And remember, this series is just getting started, so you're not behind. So if you haven't listened to episode 1, you can go back and listen to it. There's also great interviews with amazing women that I have done over the last couple of years that you can tap into, and conversations about confidence and courage and self-love and travel and all the things. Remember, you're always right on time. And your next chapter, it begins now. Thank you for joining Black Women Amplified. Thank you for connecting to the sisterhood. And remember, your next chapter begins now.
Thank you for listening to Black Women Amplified. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to subscribe and log on to blackwomenamplified.com for more information. Keep shining.